The Third Joint International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD, Supervision Mission Team to Abia State were received from the Rivers State team on 1st November 2022. The team were on ground for physical supervision and assessment of live ND project activities in Abia State. As the team relaxed a bit from their trip to Abia, they were briefed on the schedule of the visit. The Abia State Commissioner for Agriculture, Professor Ikechi Mgboji, was also present during the visit. He applauded the agro project's initiative and expressed confidence in the leadership of Dr. Uchenna Roland Onyizo, while also assuring the visitors of their safety as they toured the state for the project's assessment.
No one would have blamed you if you had turned around and both maybe disappeared back to safer places. But I believe we are on common devotion to these projects, to the people in particular involved in this project. You must have played quite a strong role in your mind when you decided to say, you know what, regardless of other folks packing their bags and heading for the airports, that you will still come here and see what has been going on. So to that I say kudos. Let me also assure you in some breath that this place is safe. Okay? It's very, very safe. You shall, by God's grace, make a very fruitful endeavor of your mission here. You get to see things for yourself and for yourselves. You get to see the people who you have impacted on their lives so positively. No harm is going to come to any one of you. But last but by no means the least, let me also at this juncture express my personal profound gratitude to the entire life and the structure, starting from Rome to various other international bodies that have, in one way or the other, not only conceived of this project, but have nurtured it and made sure that it has not deviated from what it is supposed to deliver.
After Professor Ikechi Mgboji's welcome address, the State Project Coordinator of Life ND Project in Abia State, Dr. Uchenna Roland Onyizo, in his presentation, explained the project's activities in the state.
For Abia State, we have 4 agro-commodities that we are interested in: cassava, rice, oil palm, and poultry. These are the 4 major agro-commodities we are working on. In Abia State, we have 17 local governments. Within these 17 local governments, we are focused on 10 local governments, and they are Obingwa, Isialangwa North, Isialangwa South, Umuahia South, Ben local government, Okwa West local government, Ugunabo, Abas South local government, Ohanfia, and Osioma local government. These are the 10 local governments that we are presently working on. Looking at the project development objective, the project development objective is aimed to achieve, by the end of the day, at least 4,250 direct beneficiaries of youth and women agri enterprises to have been directly strengthened and created at the end of the day. At least 80% of these direct beneficiaries, which are around 3,400, must have increased their food security, reduction in length of hunger season or hungry season, increased number of meals per day, increased food diversity and quality by at least 50%. And minimum of 80% of these direct beneficiaries also must have increased their assets in terms of increased assets ownership index based on additional assets to the beneficiary. For road construction, we're able to under the period, we're able to construct 2.4 kilometer feeder road, earth road at Isialuku, Mbato, and it's been completed and is currently servicing our integrated cassava processing center that is within that area.
The mission lead of IFAD, Judge Polnakis, expressed his excitement of being on ground to see the project he has monitored from far.
Thank you for what I have seen you doing here, for starters. It's a privilege because after 2 years of following up this project from afar, I'm here now to see the reality and to see how we can make this engine that we've created work perfectly. Okay, so this is the thing, and thank you very much.
The team began the tour with a visit to the governor of Abia State, His Excellency, Dr. Okezie Victor Ikpeazu, at the Governor's Lodge in Aba.
Some are from East Africa, the Americans, and other parts of the world. Essentially, the reason has been said by the team leader here. They are here to assess the level of program implementation. The national office that I'm also heading is also being assessed by the team that is here. And we brought them to come and see the good work that Abia is doing, and also to appreciate further the kind of support you have provided for this project right from the onset up to now.
Your Excellency, let me thank you for your audience and your and let me also congratulate you for your commitment to supporting the rural youth in integrating the society. I want also to congratulate you for your commitment to the project and for the progress that your team here has done.
While Governor Ikpeazu thanked IFAD for their intervention through agriculture in the state and assured continuous intervention for the projects to continue.
I want to acknowledge your comments regarding the health of our project. I don't think my memory is serving right now in terms of the number, and I don't like to, teacher, I don't like to talk about money unless I look at it. So, but let me say that I'm willing and determined to do something. I'm praying that the figure will be such that we can handle between now and the next 30 days. And I can assure you that something. This has to be so because I understand the importance of counterpart funding. It demonstrates our commitment and our appreciation of what you are doing. Once again, thank you so very much. This is Abia State. This place is very safe. We're happy you are here, and I'm sure you enjoy your walking talk. The bread is well done today. You'll be here time and time again. You are safe in the hands of the Commissioner and Uchenna. Thank you for coming and God bless you.
After the visit to the Abia State Governor, the team began the project tour with an assessment of the facilities of an incubation center used in training some poultry production beneficiaries of Life ND in the state.
I welcome everybody to Holy Chooks Farm. We're into this business for a very long time now, and since the inception of the IFAD in Abia State, I've been partnership with them, and from the inception I've gotten the first batch incubatees, the second batch incubatees, and the third batch incubatees. And my first batch incubatees are now incubators. They have their own incubatees, and they are right here. This is Amadikwa. You've been hearing about Amadikwa. He is the best incubator in Abia, and he has incubatee, and he's now an incubator. Yeah. So he has 3 incubatees under him, This is Mr. Wamara. This is Faith, Iweha, and Onomachi. We have one person left. There were 5 at the inception.
Incubators who are physically challenged attached to Minis Chooks Global Farm Limited, one of the incubation centers, lauded their inclusion in the project.
We would express our gratitude to Life and the IFAD for the great opportunity given unto us to participate in this very project, because this is, as the name goes, life. This is a project that is giving life to people that have thought that their life is about to end. This is a project that is restoring hope to people that are thinking that their hope is almost going. This is a project that is rekindling light and fire to people that are thinking that their strengths are almost going. So we want to say that we are very, very grateful to all the persons involved in this project for accommodating us and giving us hope. Because with this, we want to let the world know that there is ability in disability. And yes, we have our own beds because we have been settled and we are taking care of it here in our temporary place Money Chooks gave to us. So we are also, like Oliver Twiggs, asking that the project should continue to accommodate other persons with disability and equally expand in terms of giving grants and software loans to establish us in our permanent place. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
The community leader was also on ground to thank the supervising team while stating the positive impact it has brought to his community.
My name is Chief Nzemo Wamandokoba. I'm the President General of Almost Autonomous Community. I am standing on behalf of Almost Community, Ozu, Mahia, and Ohia. So these are the communities that are involved in this project. We are highly delighted that our youths are now getting empowered through your position, and we want God to help you to do more. If you go to our communities now, you see that things have changed. The new measure you have taken is in the interest of everybody. It will help grow our economy. I will pray that God will strengthen Money Chooks, who has released this place for it to be used for this particular project. I say thank you on behalf of the various communities, and thank you for coming to our life. Thank you.
The beneficiaries of the project, who are physically challenged, handed a letter to the mission expressing their gratitude.
Of what Life and IFAD has done to them, and the letter is specifically written to the president of IFAD, and I think it is expedient that we officially hand it over to the team lead, so that he will present it to the country director, who will now officially send it to Rome as a means of appreciation of what IFAD has done to improve the livelihood and the standard of living of the people living with disabilities in Abia State. And thank you very much.
Please, let's appreciate that. Thank you.
I appreciate that, and I have to say that the thanks is to you for doing such a good job, and to you who are making us believe that this project is doing good to you also. So thank you, sir, all very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
The monitoring team began their supervision proper from Muni's Chooks Global Farm Limited, one of the incubation centers in the state. The project's incubator at the farm took the supervision team around the farm facilities for assessment.
There are 16 weeks. Maybe yesterday I just called for the EDS, because usually when there are 16 weeks, you need the EDS to start late. So these other ones there are the noilas and the cockerels. So we have cockerels and the noilas for the hand.
What a breed.
That's it.
Sir,
Okay. That's it.
orange place.
Okay.
For cultivation, you use the vine.
No, we don't use the.
You don't use the root.
No, we don't use the river. We only use the vine. That's it. And you eat it.
The graduate incubators were further questioned on their incubation process.
We pay the loan so that others can also benefit.
Of course. But do you have a plan? When do you see being free from the loan of the working capital?
I think with the space of 2 to 3 years.
2 to 3 years?
Yes.
The same everybody?
Yes.
So you are doing all the things pretty much the same time together, right?
Yes, we stay in time because they form us as an enterprise group, cooperative, and we are registered. We own an account, so we are not seeing ourselves as partners because we share ideas, we share off-takers, we share everything together. So we are now more like partners
Do you
than
think that this
competitors.
model works better for you? Like, for instance, instead of being alone, is it better to be together? How do you all feel about that?
Yes, it's better to be together. The teamwork is
Teamwork is always the best.
Everybody?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, if it isn't, tell me. Because if there is something, we need to make it, to improve it. So that's why we are here, to hear your voice. Not just for the camera.
Honestly, the location is very good. And I'm also happy with the enthusiasm. If you see your faces, everybody is looking very happy. Yes. So I will, this site to me is qualified as a star site.
Yeah. Wow.
The team then visited the pen of Emmanuel, the physically challenged, trained on poultry production. Emmanuel's mother couldn't hold her joy as she sang and danced to welcome the supervising team. Emmanuel was filled with joy and appreciation as he explains how he operates his new business powered by Live ND.
Like you can see, before I've been searching for work.
okay.
I have went for so many places and searched for work. But I couldn't see. But as God may have it, Life ended came to restore my hope by giving me these birds and taking care of me. Even they also gave me the trainings that I needed in order to make this business be successful. Like now, I work so hard in order to make them to survive. They gave me 350 birds to rear, but the only birds that survive here is 348.
That was very good. Congratulations.
Emmanuel was further questioned on how he has been applying the training in his business.
But I prefer the wood to point of lay because some of point of lay the hatcheries may not give them proper vaccination because it will affect them in their egg production.
Okay, go ahead. And from this experience now.
While his mother continued expressing her joy as the mission team leaves her community. As the inspection continued, the team visited a combined battery cage poultry farm sited at Abia or Hanze community in Obingwa local government area of Abia State. The team was received with a cultural dance display by the women of the community. They expressed great joy having such projects cited in their community. The team lead, George Polnakis, thanked the women for their kind reception and told the jubilating women about the team's visit to their community.
In a supervision mission. All right. So, in fact, what we are doing, we are looking at the progress of the project all around the Niger Delta. So, we are coming to witness your successes, and we would be happy if you would show it to us. And then we will hear from you.
The team went on to inspect the poultry facility in the community and also assessed the beneficiaries privately.
We have the trough for the feeding of the birds. So at the other end we have the deep litter section. In the deep litter section we have 6 compartments. So let's go over to the other section to see the deep litter section.
The team finally moved from Obingwa local government area of Abia State to Umpuruma Agro Services, an oil palm incubation center at Ubakala, in Umuahia South local government area of Abia State.
This is IFAD Onyacha. This is Charles David, and this is Solana Young.
Sorry.
They've been here since 16th August. You're welcome. Thank you very much.
This is your first batch of...
Yes, this is my first batch.
Thank you. How are you?
Constant, where we have all the products from the palm fruit. You can see all the products. We have them here. This is the palm fruit. This is the palm oil. This palm kernel oil, the local one. This is the refined palm kernel oil. This is the kernel itself. This is the shell. This is alkaline we use to prepare delicacies like African oil bean. So when you burn this, you filter it and you get this. It's an alkaline. Then we have our black soap, which is also produced from this. Then we have the fiber. This fiber is fuel. We use it to boil our palm fruits. Then this is palm kernel cake, which is also from palm kernel, and we use it for animal feed.
After extraction of the oil?
Yes, after extracting this oil, you get this, which can be used to farm, piggery, poultry, and all that.
So, madam, so this is more of a processing factory, basically?
Yes, it's a processing factory, yes. It's a processing factory.
You do some production in terms of producing this?
We produce from this. We have...
I mean, in terms of you having a plantation. That's what I'm asking.
This community is known for abundance of palm trees. So usually we lease
buy from them?
We buy from them on yearly basis, then we process. We also have a plantation we are just starting to nurse Matenera, except that we don't have enough funds. Is the chairman of this group.
I see.
He is the chairman of this group. So I want him to tell you what he has left on behalf of others.
So this is what you buy from the...
Yes, this is freshly harvested palm fruit. So you start from here. Oh, 90% of the panel and 20 to 10%, 10 to 20% of what the general has 80 to 90% of the shelf fresh and 20 to 10% of the plant. And the best food palm oil processing so far it has hit the global, international, both local and international market.
Which is which?
This is the Dura palm. One of the greatest growers that I bring.
All of them are.
Oh yeah, it's right. It's only few. So we'll have to oblige to people to help us to get the boiler ones that will help the processing of palm oil to be lucrative. Of course, in 1950 to 1960, when Nigeria has the highest and the largest palm production, but because of lack of machines, they have reduced Nigeria to the pit of today. Now, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Colombia have been hitting the high track today. So we'd like you people to help us to get this machine and if we tackle a lot of people, the young youths, to empower them and come back out of poverty in this country. Thank you, sir. After the process of this, we'll have...
This is the cost, right? And then you sell it. What percentage of the sale, of the turnover is profit?
Yes. Now, when we buy the raw material, instead that we'll buy the raw material in the set of 200,000 naira, we are making it now.
That is per kilo?
Yeah, per kilo. Now, buying in 200,000 naira, per quantity, for the heap, or that's in heaps, 200,000 naira.
In terms of kg?
Types of kg.
Yes.
Most times the heap are not measured.
To measure.
They know what they mean by
100, 110.
Bunches, exactly there. Now, these bunches of this will give the big drum outside. After sterilization, we'll give like 6 rubbers of oil. You understand? Now, on that point, the selling of the 6 rubbers, 27 times that 6 rubbers, is almost roughly like close to 500,000. If you watch what you have spent, you are gaining a huge amount of not less than 200,000 naira of your own profits.
So it's double. But,
Yes,
but then there's your labor, there is to heat it, there is the machinery, maintenance, so it's
when we remove all the costs, cost of labor, because we hire labor, cost of transport, at the end we'll be making about 150,000 from.
So it's like what percentage?
That is about
10%.
about 70%. No, 70%. 30%.
About 30%.
Oh, that's
we shall also sell the palm kernel.
30% is net. 30% is very good.
We sell the palm kernel. We also sell the fiber. People come here to buy those.
That's what I'm saying. So you sell a lot, so it's 30%. That's good.
Because everybody is compatible.
The team lead, George Polnakis, and his team then took good time to assess the incubators.
Which means that you have to start picking the business, because if you don't know this, then you cannot plan properly. Yes. So, and then are you together, all this together in this?
Yes, we are together on this.
Yes, I mean, you plan to work together afterwards?
Yeah, we plan to work together.
Okay.
We've already registered our Ministry of Cooperatives.
With ECADA or directly, your enterprise group.
Yes.
And are you able to make some savings and on the side through this enterprise group?
Yes, we'll make some savings.
Do they appear in your bank accounts? I'm asking this because if later you need some capital to buy your common things, for instance, then you probably need to show some tracking data.
After the assessment of the incubators and facilities at the incubation center, the team retired from the tour to give their verdict.
So, what I want to say is that I was very happy to see the beneficiaries. This is the most important. We talk to them. The truth is that with the joint and formalities, I have to tell you this is fascinating to me, but they were also very long, so I'm going to cut the facts, go to the juice. And the juice is that the incubation process is there. There are some things that need to be tweaked here and there with how they group, how they operate together, and what they do after the incubation. It's a clear understanding that what previous commission suggested that the process should be monitored even after the end of the incubation is something that should be taken into account. We need to see how they grow, learn from that, and redesign. But that's the one bit. And I come to the second bit, which is financing. They think that they're going to be getting cheap financing through NASA or whoever, government sponsor. The thing is that this is there, it exists, but it's not for everybody. Why it's not for everybody? Because as we talk with specific financial institutions, they have a quota per region. Okay, so each region has to be covered. So they cannot give everything to one region, and this is what they need. So we have to figure out ways where they can be financed from the regular system. First of all, we need to find out if this is feasible. We have to do the math. And that's to do that, I have asked to start to see fund grants. This is something I have discussed with financial network, and we need to set up some appointments with National and Bank of Agriculture, at least to see where things are in this area. So that's for my part. No other comments. I don't know if my colleagues want to express other requests. Engineer, are you happy with what you're seeing? Do you want something?
Well, I can just in a minute. Yeah. I think once the infrastructure has been identified as the target process, it looks like the engineering design process, tendering and everything is going on well. Even the construction is going on deeply. There is no contracts, and you are training adults, so you don't lecture adults. You use adults, participatory adult methodologies in adults, and it's not in one go, it's scheduled. And also very importantly, it has two elements. When you're training a committee, you need first of all to train them on organization and management. Saying it is that the cluster model is the best. And we're convinced, they showed us that they all work together. But it goes beyond that. There's going to be a project called the Special Agro-Industrial Processing Zones. Abia State is not part of it in phase 1. In phase 2, if you can do your clustering model very well, I think you will just subsume into that job project. So I think this is something that you really need to encourage the incubators and really empower them. We just came from the last one. Let me use the last one as a model. There is no way these youth will put together the resources to get those things done on their own. So my suggestion to the project, let us cluster them together. Whatever is there and working capital, put everything together. Let us go for those machines that those things can buy. They may not be able to buy all at the same time. Let us make sure that we encourage them to be together so that they can now, whatever they are doing now, becomes a common good, just for the cluster.
Congratulate you, because on the issue of targeting, you're doing very well. And I take this opportunity to also say that in amongst the projects that I've visited, PWD, the people with disabilities, have not been very visible, have not been very taken care of. But for this project, you have gone out and you are a unique project. Yes, having said that, you realize that the people with disabilities need special care. They have special needs. Looking at cluster model vis-a-vis the one that where the PWD was brought closer to home, the gentleman who was in the cluster requested that if all PWDs were brought closer to home, the project would be much better managed. So I appeal that when you're looking at PWDs, please take into consideration that, and that will be able to flag it up. I'm also thinking that even with the targeting, because we have these affirmative action, the ratios, we could also scale it up a bit for the PWDs so that it's more inclusive as an equitable project. Then on the issue of nutrition, we have seen the home gardens, and we are wondering how this can be actually scaled up, because when you talk about orange fleshed sweet potatoes, we saw the different products that are coming from the orange fleshed sweet potato, but how can this be scaled up, especially in terms of nutrition, so that people can be able to accommodate it. Then in terms of recruitment or bringing on board more youth, I'm of the view that these youth that we have trained can be very good ambassadors in bringing on board people of the same mindset, because peer-to-peer does a lot more, you will agree with me, than any other method. So I would also request that you look at it in terms of mobilizing more people on board. The peer-to-peer, the youth that have gone through the project can do it very easily and can help out. Thank you.
My colleagues to thank Abia SPO for the job well done. From the climate change and environment perspective, we did to the field and we saw, I think, my going to the field today can confirm some of our assumptions with regards to other states. And in terms of climate risk, the states actually look in terms of risk. And then I also see a whole lot because people are taking action. I could see in all those processing sites that they're making taking conscious action to make sure that the environment is not only clean, but it's also green.
In Abia, we are known to be the product, and what we do is to make sure there's value for money. And I was going to the field with my colleague, we have been able to see that there's actually value for money. And I believe the consultant said, we are able to see the beneficiary, and we can see that they are happy.
The job well done. I've been part of a series of supervision missions, and Ms. Confess, this is very impressive. Even right from when we had a meeting on yesterday, we went through the military that was split. Already had it wetted appetite. So I was looking out for seeing some of those things. To have it as an evidence-based business. I wasn't disappointed.
I want to compensate you. Your teamwork is evident, and I can see a lot of criticizing. We are ready to work together. You have also done very well in your mainstreaming areas. The nutrition team, thank you. We come to the cluster, you see it. So the mainstreaming areas, we are all doing very well. The environment, climate change, gender, and nutrition, financial inclusion.
As a wrap-up, the national coordinator of the project, Engineer Sani Abiodun highlighted all commendation and observation and thanked everyone for taking the pains to tour the Life ND project sites and incubation centers in the state.
I wouldn't want to take much of our time. All what you have said and all that you will still say are going to be looked at as a project, and we see to adopting them and putting them into practice for the overall success and meeting the PDO of Life ND as a project. So I thank you all for all your support and for taking the pains to go to the field, because it's not easy. I saw George. George was just taking everything. I was even getting. I mean, it was exciting seeing. A round of applause for George. All the local delegates. So once it takes me to go and take. So when you want to go to Calabar, you see other delicacies of African spices and foods and whatever. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
The Abia Life ND Project Coordinator, Dr. Uchenna Roland Onyizo, while noting all commendation, observation, and recommendations, thanked the team for taking the pains to tour the project sites in Abia State.
We are going to do as much as we have identified, and we're so happy and excited, and we wish you people safe trip to Cross Rivers, and then probably during the round-up, we also want to hear more and adjust appropriately. Thank you so much.